Hey, this is Hall of Famer Devon Dudley here, 24-time World Tag Team Champions, and I've done it all. But you're going to watch, and you will watch Count It Out with Mike and Taylor. You damn right. And if you don't do that, your ass is going through a table.
Listening to Count It Out with Mike and Tyler.
Well, we are live, pals, and welcome to the post-WrestleMania edition of the Bill Apter Seal of Approve Count It Out with Mike and Tyler. My name is Tyler. I am joined by the one and only Mike. Mike, what's going on?
WrestleMania is tiring.
I watched a lot of wrestling this weekend. I couldn't
Yeah.
believe it.
You watched more than me, like a lot more than me.
Yeah, I watched some indie stuff. I watched both nights of WrestleMania.
I totally plan on getting caught up on the GCW stuff. There's a lot of stuff I want to see, especially stuff that involved like some friends and colleagues and acquaintances of ours. A lot of guys from the scene were out doing stuff down in Vegas, which is cool. Good friend of the show, Andrew Walsh, has requested to come on the show in the next few weeks to give his entire account of being in Vegas all week. So I look forward to that. That'll be really cool.
Shout out to Andrew too. He was fantastic. He was tagging us and everything he was doing. So anything that you saw,
up to date for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was reposting that on our Instagram page. So if you were checking that out at Counted Out number 7, you anything WrestleMania related, that was all to him. So thank you very much for that, Andrew. That was phenomenal. Good Walsh, as we like to call him on this show.
Yeah, that's it.
And let's give a shout out to some of the Ontario people making a splash down there. Brad Myers, Pretty Ricky, Jamie Franchek.
I wasn't going to try.
I always mispronounce his last name. Jamie, the ring announcer, now referee as well. They were all involved. Matthew Grant, they were all involved in the Sandman's final match. The very polarizing Mike Clark was down there all weekend. Kingsley was down there. She'd had a great spot in GCW. She also did Bailey's camp. I know Dynasty was down there. Johnny DeLuca was down there. Junior Benito I saw was down there. Von Vertigo, of course. He had a great weekend with the Hitchcock show as well as MLW. So yeah, it was really, really cool. Every year, I just feel like we're seeing more and more of our Ontario talent down there, and I love seeing it.
That's definitely a show I want to check out too. I heard MLW put on a great show, their very first show in the States. Cool, really cool of Scotty to be able to bring some of the best that Canada has to offer down to that kind of audience.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very cool that MLW not MLW.
MLP.
MLP. You think I would, of all people, I would not get that one wrong. You would think that it's very cool that Scotty was able to put that all together for WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah.
To get that kind of audience on MLP. I'm very happy for that. I can't wait to see that show.
Yeah, and we're going to talk all things WrestleMania in a minute. I'm going to count down what I thought were the top 7 matches from both nights of WrestleMania. But before that, let's just talk a little bit about, I know you haven't watched a lot of it, but I'll just kind of go over what I think some of the highlights were that I watched from the weekend. I watched 3 matches with the GCW side of things. I watched from Bloodsport, Josh Barnett's Bloodsport. I watched Natty against Shayna Baszler. That was really fun. I really loved, my favorite part about it was Natty made her entrance with TJ and Davey Boy Jr., Harry Smith. And they were all together like on stage right before Natty came out. They all did the fist bump. I thought that was cool to see. And then she had the dungeon entourage. I love watching Natty in that element. Like she's a different animal. Like the Natty that you see on WWE TV, it's still been good, but she really like gets to let the cuffs off in this GCW Bloodsport, Josh Barnett Bloodsport environment. And if you haven't seen any of her three matches with Bloodsport. I strongly recommend checking them out. They've all been incredible.
Absolutely, they absolutely have. Yeah,
And for anybody that doesn't know what Bloodsport is, it's more of like a shoot style um than a wrestling
yeah,
style. They lean heavily on strikes and submissions. There's no ring ropes. They really try to give it a more shoot feel than a wrestling feel. Now, obviously, they do still mix some wrestling in there, but
yeah,
it's done in a lot more of a realistic way than your standard professional wrestling match. I think that's a fair way to put it.
yeah. I think so. Like, I do think it still worked.
Oh, it is. It's all worked,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's done in more of a shoot style, is what I'm saying. Like
right.
they
Yeah,
it's like a pancreas style from Japan. You
right.
see a lot of knockout finishes and submission finishes. Like there's no pins, and I don't know. I haven't seen any pins at
It's
least.
it's I think it's what Shane McMahon wanted for his WWE Underground.
Pretty much, they ripped off a lot of that. So the natty stuff was good there. I also watched. I skimmed through Joey Janela's Spring Break. And I watched in its entirety the Sandman's last match against the
Hmm.
Invisible Man, which is exactly what you think it is. It's a Sandman working
Sure.
himself. Um,
If
the
you've never seen an Invisible Man match before, they're always fun. I've always enjoyed them. I think my favorite was the Invisible Man versus Invisible Stan,
Invisible Stan did a run in
which,
this one too.
which is literally just a referee.
That's Bryce Hansberg from AEW.
Man, the stuff that they've done with this Invisible Man character is amazing. It's so funny.
So I will say I very much enjoyed the first 5 minutes of this match. This match went on way too long. It was way too long. And it definitely did drag. There was a lot of run-ins that were unnecessary. There's a group of heels that I don't know who they were ran in, and then Vampiro and Violent J from ICP came out and saved the day. Violent J was moving in slow motion and his pants were falling down. It was not very good. Then they did all the ref spots. That's where we saw Pretty Ricky and Jamie and Brad and Matt Grant and all those guys get their moment, which was cool. Ricky took it looked like the Miz's skull crushing finale finisher from the Invisible Man. So that was fun. Jamie ate the Sandman Singapore cane.
Yeah, I
And
saw that. That's pretty cool.
and then when everything looked to be at its palest for the Sandman, Mick Foley runs out and makes the save, and the Sandman ends up doing the job to the Invisible Man, and Mick Foley cuts a unique promo after to put the Sandman over. He basically just said, "I don't like you, but you were important to my career." It was weird. It was interesting to say the least. But I mean, overall, it definitely dragged way too long, but it was entertaining for what it was. But my highlight
But but you know what? 4 or 5 days later, he's still alive. So
is that where we go take that, Sabu? That was a little dark, man. Jeez.
so
Um,
Joey can check that one off his list.
well, speaking of Joey, he worked Brody Lee Jr. in the main event of this
Yeah,
show.
yeah,
Brody Lee Jr., for anybody that doesn't know, I think he's like 15 or 16-year old now.
something about that. Yeah,
He's the son of Luke Harper, aka Brody Lee, from the Wyatt family.
-1, I
He's
believe
negative
they
one.
called him for. Yeah,
Yeah. He's been doing all of his training in the Heart Dungeon, and let me tell you, it showed. He did a phenomenal job. The match went pretty long, maybe a little too long again, but it didn't drag. It was just I never felt like I was watching a 16-year-old kid like in the match. Like they did a really good job of laying the match out. Joey was very, very good. Brody is very smooth with his mat work. You could tell he was really happy. I think if you want to be nitpicky, and this is being nitpicky on a kid that's 16 years old,
I
so
was just about to say. Yeah,
I'm not even upset in the least about this because I think it's really awesome is that he's always smiling. But it works. Like it's not like awkward, but it's just
yeah,
like even when he's selling sometimes I just think he's so happy to be in there. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
it's just like I liked it. I'm not complaining about it at all. But man, I'm telling you, if this is now obviously Joey had his working boots on, but
Huh.
Brody held his own And this kid has got a very bright future if he continues to do what he's doing. So I would highly recommend checking that out.
Cool. I probably will. Yeah.
That one is the rest of it, like the Natty, I would check out for sure. But Brody, that's definitely like that. That could be a contender for one of my top moments of the year. It was a really cool moment. It was really, really
Hmm,
good.
very
Um,
cool.
yeah, and I watched some of the Hall of Fame as well. I skimmed through the Hall of Fame. Nothing crazy
I
there.
did not watch even a second of the Hall of Fame, and then from what I'm hearing of it, I have no interest in going back to check out what I've missed.
AJ Styles
I,
was basically like, "I'm gonna set a record for the shortest induction.
uh,
I don't miss wrestling. I know what it's like to sit in these seats. I'll see you later."
I I heard Stephanie McMahon made Mr. T's speech look like nothing.
I haven't heard much about Stephanie's speech. They did a really great video. I watched the video
I
package she did on
I
her. It was
heard
really good.
I heard she went 60 minutes with her speech.
I wouldn't surprise me. I mean, listen, if anybody should go 60 minutes, their last name should involve the letters, the words
I,
McMahon on it.
I still don't need to hear anybody talk for 60 minutes. I don't give a fuck who it
Well, yeah,
is.
Hunter did it last year, right? He went
Like take
60.
like
Taker went,
was it really
yeah.
Taker was my exception. I could go
Taker
with
went
Taker,
45, I think.
and and if they would have gave Bobby Heenan an hour, I would have listened to
Yeah,
Bobby for an hour.
same with Bret Hart. Bret Hart's probably Bret and Bobby are my two favorite Hall of Fame speeches of all time.
I
But
don't know if
yeah,
Brett's one of my favorites, but Bobby, I think Bobby's hands down my favorite.
Bobby is the best one. But yeah, that's kind of the and I watched the Andre the Giant Battle Royal as well
Oh, okay. They
on
gave that
SmackDown.
to Powerhouse.
Yeah,
What do they call him now?
Royce
Royce Keys.
Hobbs,
Yeah,
Royce Keys.
no, Royce Keys. Yeah, Powerhouse Hobbs is Royce Keys. Yeah,
I mean, cool.
yeah.
He's not my
I
guy. I don't have a problem with him.
I didn't watch enough of him in AEW, and I haven't seen this. This was really his debut, right?
Uh, yeah, he debuted at the Rumble and
But didn't do anything really. Yeah.
I think he's had one match since before the
Okay.
Battle Royal.
Oh, okay.
Here's my thing with Royce. He is very talented.
Sure. Okay.
He has a great look to him, but I don't feel anything other than like that I don't get from another big jacked up muscle guy on the roster. You know what I mean? They're really pushing his backstory, kind of like the Mike Santana. I had a hard upcoming. Like Mike Santana's was more substance abuse, but they're
Okay.
saying Royce's hard upbringing is kind of his gimmick, and they're leaning into
But
his real life struggles. So
didn't we really like? Isn't that just rehashed? Like I'm sure it's real,
well,
but
yeah,
at the same time, are they giving us anything we didn't get with Booker T or MVP or Shelton Benjamin? That
I
was
think
the same story for all those guys too.
they're just pushing it harder this time.
Yeah.
They're really
Okay.
focusing on it. I'm gonna wait and see what we get from him because, I think that there's a lot of other guys on the roster that offer a little bit more. And
Sure.
but again, he's brand new to the company. I could see him maybe him and Trick Williams having a good program for the US title together.
Sure.
Him and Carmelo Hayes will probably have some good like he's gonna deliver some great matches. Let's just
Hmm.
see if he can get over if he's going to get stuck like Jordan Grace is kind of stuck right now.
No, I don't want to talk about it.
But
Oh, yeah. I mean, you've said it before. Not everybody can be in the spotlight, right?
yeah,
Not everybody can be main event. So we'll see where that takes them. I wish success on everybody. I never see anybody come in and be like, I hope he, even if it's somebody I don't really care about, like for example, an LA Knight. When he came in, I already didn't like him, but it's not like I was like, no, I don't want him to succeed.
I'm sure that I was not the only person watching LA Knight climb on top of his truck going, please don't fall. Please don't fall. I'm sure I wasn't the only person.
I'm sure
Um,
he I'm sure he was saying at this point, please don't fall, please don't fall.
let's talk a little Mania.
Yeah, man.
So we haven't really talked a lot about Mania. I think we kind of purposely do
No,
this.
well, even if it wasn't a purpose, this year was different. You purposely watched after Mania, like after it was live. You waited till it to be done to watch it, which was
Yes.
smart because then you didn't get any of the 952 minutes of fucking ads, which is my
Oh,
only major
my
critique of the weekend.
my apologies to anybody that was trying to reach me for 48 hours as I was disconnected from the world. I was
You did
very
good.
busy on the weekend.
You were good. You were good actually talking. You just were like, I'm not. I if it's anything to do with the internet, I'm not going on the internet.
Yeah, I was disconnected from social media for two
Yeah,
pretty much 2 straight days.
but I did watch live both nights
I I was almost
because
live night two. I was almost live. I was just enough behind where I didn't get stuck until the main event. I caught up for the main event, so it was
oh,
great.
okay. All right. Well, I purposely watched live because I was watching with my son.
Hmm.
It was my son's first WrestleMania, my first son's first live WrestleMania. So watching it live with someone for the first time is kind of special. It's really cool. So that was fun for me, and that's why you're not going to hear me speak a lot of negatives about this weekend because for me it was a fun experience because again I get to watch it through the eyes of this kid, and it reminded me you reading the internet and all this, it's funny to watch a bunch of middle-aged men bitch and whine about professional wrestling when sometimes I think we all just forget what this thing is really supposed to be about. It's not for us at the end of the day. It's for that kid that was sitting beside me.
No,
And
it's
that's
it's
why
for me. I'm still
uh,
that kid.
and
Like
that's why
it's
I was able to enjoy it more because of that. So
here's my
I had a fun time watching WrestleMania.
well,
Was it perfect? No, and we'll get through
let's go
we'll
on a
get through
rant
our
first. Let's go on a
yeah,
rant
sure.
first. I got a rant, and I'm sure you'll chime in on this because you
Hmm.
talked about people bitching and wrestling fans.
I
Wrestling
fucking hated
fans,
wrestling fans this weekend.
wrestling fans, please, please, please do better. Okay, you guys,
Stop embarrassing yourselves and us.
it's so okay, listen. These wrestlers don't owe you a
A
fucking
fucking
thing.
thing.
Now here's the catch 22, okay? When you pay your money and you go to an event or you pay your money for a meet and greet, yes, they owe you time because you're paying for this. This is a
Yeah.
coordinated meeting. Who the fuck are you guys to just camp out in front of their hotel? Have you guys I know you have for sure, but for anyone listening, there has been so many clips of just wrestlers getting mobbed at the MGM
Yeah.
lobby, and there's nothing that can be done really because it's an open casino. Like anybody's welcome to come in and out of it, but there was
Yeah.
no extra security for the wrestlers. Multiple talent have complained. Booker T said he was harassed in the washrooms. Sean Waltman, Xbox, said the same thing. Drew McIntyre very upset with all the fans.
Hmm.
Damian Priest was involved with an altercation protecting female talent, and then of
Yep.
course the big one was CM Punk, which
Yeah.
everybody's losing their mind about. Good for CM Punk. I wish he would have fucking knocked that idiot out.
It's so funny, and now that moron who had his phone smacked out is now coming out going, "Oh, I'm not going to sue him. I just want an apology."
Yeah, no,
Fuck
you are
you.
you are harassing two women.
And
Have you seen his side
I've
of the
seen
footage?
his actual video. I've seen it, and it just incriminates him even worse.
Like, why would he release that?
Yeah, it
What
just
is he
makes you
thinking?
look. It just proves that you're
Like,
a piece of shit.
like he okay. So, like, first off,
They
let's just for the second, okay. Let me try to give this guy the benefit of the doubt for a second because it won't last long. Okay,
Sure.
he's one of the idiots that are in the lobby. Okay, cool. You're back and you're watching. Bailey and AJ are sharing a moment. They are hugging. This guy walks in way too close, so they leave. They literally go,
that's the thing.
leave us alone. They
They
walked
noticed him,
away.
and they got out of his.
Bailey
As
made a
soon as they
comment.
walk away from you,
Leave them alone.
fucking done.
What did this guy do? He follows them and shoves a
Yeah.
camera right in their face, going, "We love you, Bailey." That's not your fucking place. They're in their
No,
private time now. Bailey literally put her hand up and said, "Dude, go away,
dude.
leave me
Yeah.
alone." And then Punk just came in, boom, and lost
Yeah.
it. And the guy's like, "Oh, someone's having a bad day." And then the guy's like, "I know he's in a bad mood because he lost at WrestleMania, buddy. It's a fucking work." Okay, get the fuck out of here. Stop following wrestlers around.
No,
Stop
no,
going to
yeah,
the airport, everybody. Stop
yeah,
fucking
he's
going to
mad.
their hotel rooms. Like,
He's
figure it out.
he's mad because the script didn't go his way, not because you're harassing his wife right in
Like,
front of him.
honestly, any other person would have
His
knocked these people out.
his wife and one of his closest friends. People forget that
They're
Bailey is
very
one of
close.
his very, very close
All right.
friends.
If you
Yeah.
had a random person filming your wife and making her feel uncomfortable, 9 times out of 10, people are gonna knock you the fuck
And
out.
and nobody would ever question that. If any like non-famous person put that out and be like, "Hey, someone kept videotaping my wife, so I fucking punched them." Oh, they'd all be like, "Good for you, man. That's
Yeah.
what that would do. Good for you. Good for you." That, but as soon as it's a famous person, they're not people anymore.
No, but you know what? Not only
We don't
that,
have to respect them anymore.
as soon as it's a wrestler too, because wrestlers aren't real people. They
Yeah.
have to be in character all the time. And no, fuck off. Like, guys, it's
It's
2026.
it's not the
It's
80s anymore. It's not the early 90s.
they
There's no
they should be lucky it's
kayfabe
not the 80s.
anymore.
Could you imagine if that happened in the 80s? Who would have,
God,
like, these guys would be dead. They'd be dead.
you're lucky. You're lucky with seeing Punk smacking that phone in your head. Imagine it was fucking Dr. D.
Imagine it was Bad News Brown. Jude,
Fuck.
like any of these guys, man, they would fucking wreck you guys. Haku, hey Haku, hey, oh, my nose is gone. Like it's don't like I just that's my rant. It's
Oh shit.
embarrassing. It makes me
No, it is.
embarrassed. It makes me
Yeah.
embarrassed to want
And
to
and
love
we
wrestling.
and we didn't even get on the piece of shit who had an altercation with Orlando Black.
Yeah, that's right. He groped her at the WrestleCon. Like
Uh-huh. Like, what are you people doing? Like,
Randy Orton got
you
mobbed trying to get to the elevator. Like,
do people not know? At the end of the day, this looks bad on all of us. We're just going to look like a bunch of
listen, man,
people aren't going to want to do wrestling
it's
shows anymore.
it's one thing. Now, if I like, I can't put myself in this situation because I would probably hate it. But if I was like a WWE wrestler walking through the lobby by myself, I would be annoyed by it. But I would, you can get through it and just deal with
Sure,
it. When you're with your family, that's
it's a whole different
different.
story.
I'm throwing
Yeah.
bombs. I've never been in a fight in my life, but if somebody was coming around my wife and if I had
Yep.
any children or whatever, I would be
Mhm.
fucking punching everybody out.
I've seen that not just in by wrestlers, from musicians, from actors, from other. I've heard
Mhm.
this 1,000 times. People say, "Listen, if you see me out, fucking talk to me. I don't care. I'll talk to you. I'll sign shit, whatever. If I am eating dinner
Yeah.
or with my children, leave me alone."
Like
And that
what?
shouldn't even be a question,
Why is it that Booker T can't take a piss without being? Like, people are
right?
taking pictures with him of him in the bathroom. That's so weird.
Yeah,
Anyways,
no,
that's my rant.
ridiculous.
I wanna try to be more positive. Um, let's talk WrestleMania. I want you to take let's lift up your um experience with watching it through your son, and let's talk a little more business side of it because there are two sides of WrestleMania. You got to enjoy it through your son, but let's have you dive into both sides of this because I want to get Mike's take as a wrestling fan, and I want to get your take as a father as well because I think that it's two completely different experiences and they both are really unique in their own ways. So obviously watching it with your son is a 10 out of 10 experience. It's first WrestleMania.
Yeah,
He's probably
of
excited.
course, and he loved it. He loved every fucking minute of it. You know what I mean?
Where does Mike Walsh, who has watched every WrestleMania, put this one? Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle. Where do you rank it as far as WrestleManias go? Where's your head at?
Overall, both nights
Yeah.
like
Yeah, both
together,
nights combined.
both nights combined, some not a little bit higher than middle. Um,
I'm middle a little down.
okay, yeah, I know you don't agree with this. We talked enough about this to at least for me to know you don't agree with this, but I do. I personally would put night two
Mhm.
as a top 10 WrestleMania for me.
I don't know about I can't give it a top 10 and I have my reasons why. Night 2 was far superior than night 1.
100% it was,
Night
but
two night 2 had probably the three biggest moments of maybe four if you want to count the
I
Danhausen stuff.
I absolutely loved night two.
Night two was good.
There wasn't a single downer for me for night two.
I'm gonna
Night two was all just, well, what's Fatu's thing? All gas, no brakes.
something
That's
like
what
that. Yeah, whatever the kids are
that
saying.
was yeah, that was it for me, man.
Here's my issue with WrestleMania as a whole this year. It just, with the exception of a few moments during
It didn't feel like
WrestleMania,
WrestleMania.
I could have watched. This could have been an episode of Monday Night Raw. Now, when you are charging this much money for an event, and when you are promoting and branding this as the biggest spectacle, your biggest event, I need a little bit more to give it a thumbs up. I come into this with expectations that are a lot higher than I do for a Backlash or a SummerSlam or even a Royal Rumble. I come in with different
Of course.
expectations, right? This is your biggest show of the year. With the exception of the main event, I didn't feel the wow factor of WrestleMania. And the one thing that I'm fine with the two nights, but the one thing that I don't like about the two nights is that it is a cookie cutter show. Everything was the same layout both nights. There was no unpredictability. It was just like John Cena comes out, John Cena comes out, match to start, match to start, match, and then John Cena come. It was everything was laid out the exact same way. There was no organicness to it. There was no sense of anything could happen. It just felt like a corporate boof. Like,
Well, and that was the feeling of the entire weekend. If you didn't know that WWE is a complete corporation now, they let you know that full out.
yeah.
WWE is dead. This was TKO presents WrestleMania.
Well, and TKO's
And it
come
felt
out.
like
They said they call the shots. They are the bosses.
100%. What's his name? Mark Shapiro comes out and says that they've completely taken over creative. So everybody bitching and whining about Triple H has, you don't have to bitch
No,
about Triple H anymore because it
he
doesn't sound
didn't
like
say they completely took over.
that's exactly what he said.
They are very hands-on with creative, though. I think they want a lot of approval with creative now. Here's my thing. Let's take the Pat McAfee angle that everybody has hated, and myself included.
We'll
Here's
talk
how
about
I
that.
think it goes down. I think that TKO goes to WWE, Triple H, whoever. Let's just say Triple H to keep it easy, right? TKO will go to Triple H and go, "We want Pat McAfee involved in WrestleMania in a big capacity because he's a huge star." Go. I don't think that they're writing out angles. I don't think they're writing out storylines, but I think that they are pushing their agenda onto them. So I do think that the bad
Oh,
creative can still fall on the creative team because I think that there are a million different ways that they could have utilized Pat McAfee in a better capacity than what they did.
but the thing is, none of it makes sense. Apparently, according to Pat himself, that was their way of writing him out of wrestling completely. He says he's done now.
Well, he didn't
If
want to.
that
He didn't even want to do this spot. He turned it
if
down the
that's
first time.
true, if he's done with, what was the point of any of this?
Because
He
Pat
comes in.
McAfee is a huge star.
He comes in. Are do you honestly believe there's no way anybody believes that they sold a single ticket or sold a single ESPN subscription package because Pat McAfee was on the show?
But do you know who
No.
thinks that Pat McAfee should be doing that is TKO people. They think
Mark
Pat Mac that's where the disconnect is, right? Now Pat McAfee to wrestling fans, he's not going to make me buy a pay-per-view,
no.
but Pat McAfee is very talented and he is a great promo.
And
Uh
I was a big advocate of his while he was doing like you like we talked about this a lot of times. You and Sukram hated him on commentary, and
the
I kept
second
him. I
time around, I liked him the first time around. When he came
liked him a
back, I
lot,
thought he was disconnected from the program.
but I didn't like him being involved in this main event. Not because I don't like him, because it made no sense.
And
And
that's where I will put it on WWE Creative.
like
If your
it just
boss
none
tells
of
you to
it made
do,
sense.
you can't hit
And,
a home run every time. I get it, and it's really hard to turn chicken shit into chicken salad. But
and then
I got higher expectations.
it was obvious they didn't know what to do. They're like, so how do we get him out of there? I don't know. Make Randy Make Randy RKO.
Yeah, well,
Cool. Why?
we're
Who
gonna
cares?
talk about that match because I've got very much mixed emotions on it. How do you
Yeah, me
want to
too.
break down WrestleMania? Do you want to go match by match? Do you want to go through some of the highlights of the show? Do you want to quickly skim through some?
Yeah, let's go back to a match because I think some of them will be really quick. I don't think there's a lot to say about some of it. Even the ones that are good, they're still like, okay, it was good. Um, and then we'll get to some of the heavy hitters.
Okay, well, let's. It kicked off with the six-man tag match with the Usos and LA Knight against Speed and Vision.
Okay,
This match was what.
the match itself was just whatever for me. But I don't care. Say what you want about the celebrity involvement at this show. I show Speed impressed me
He's
at this
great,
point.
and
Yeah,
he's a huge following as well. I
yeah,
have one complaint though.
yeah.
The biggest spot in your main event of night two was CM Punk doing an elbow drop off the top rope through a table. The
Man,
first we had a 7 minute meaningless six-man tag match. And what just happens? The first match of the first night, I Show Speed does it 100 times better than Punk, and I think it really it took away from Punk's moment.
I don't know. I think you were supposed to forget by the time we got to the main event of
I
night
hate
two,
that. I hate that.
because I did. But if you didn't just mention that correlation, I wouldn't even be talking about
I've thought about it immediately. I was like,
it.
ugh,
You want to know the only thing that I thought of when I saw that spot with Astro Speed? What happened to the sound?
I don't know.
Did did that not throw off for you?
Oh, because they did the drone shot, and the sound's always off on the drone
Is
shot.
that what it was?
Yeah,
Because
it's always off on the drone
like,
shot.
my first thought was I thought they were trying to like put in canned sound to make it sound louder, and they fucked up.
Um, to me,
But yeah,
this was a pretty
yeah.
lame. It was a pretty lame start to WrestleMania match wise. I mean,
Yeah.
it is what it
So
is.
listen, I think there's a good reason why they decided to open with this match.
You get the Usos entrance, right?
You get the Usos entrance, which I think is a good way to start. My kid's a huge Usos fan, so when that music hits and my kid's up doing this, you know WrestleMania is going to be fun, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, ESPN wanted speed too, right?
if you're out in that stadium, if you're watching that live, that's a good way to get started, I think.
And
Just
ESPN wanted
the match
speed.
fell short a little bit.
Uh, Jacob Fatu defeating Drew McIntyre. I gotta tell you, like this was a very good match.
Yeah,
I was just expecting a little bit more out of it.
yeah,
Um,
sure.
the build was incredibly intense.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is one of the better builds going into WrestleMania. They had the unsanctioned stipulation, which has a very high, like you think of unsanctioned matches in the WWE. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn was one,
Yeah,
Shawn and Triple H. This just kind of felt like a hardcore match to me. Like they didn't
yeah.
there was nothing
I just
that.
found it funny. I just found it funny that both the main events for both nights were extremely violent. Yet this match was not nearly as violent
Yeah,
when it was
although
supposed to be.
I will say I think it's kind of cool that they put Jacob into the title picture now. I think that'll be fun with him
Oh,
and Roman.
yeah.
Big fan of
Me,
that.
me personally, I would love it if wrestling in general, not WWE, wrestling in general, just retired the unsanctioned gimmick. I hate it.
Yeah, I mean
They,
when they do it in
it's so
AEW, people get needles in their mouths, so I don't like that.
you know what I mean? No, I don't mean I don't mean get rid of hardcore matches. I mean
No,
unsanctioned
I know what you're
because it
saying.
makes no sense. We're not stupid. We know you put on this match.
We're
I
not
hate that.
stupid. We're not stupid, but we're supposed to forget that Speed jumped through the table first. Next
It
up
was
was
a good spot though, man.
it looked
Speed really
great.
impressed me.
Women's fatal four-way tag match.
Love it.
We had Nia Jackson, Last Legend, coming out with the demolition gear, which I thought was cool.
Love that so much.
Charlotte and Alexa Bliss did the butterfly look, which looked like Alexa had the moth for Bray Wyatt
Yeah.
against Bailey and Laura. It was supposed to be the Bella Twins, Nikki Bella, not cleared. So we got the return of Paige to the WWE. Great moment.
Very
Uh,
cool moment.
great
Huge
pop.
pop for Paige.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paige looked good. They went with Brie Bella and Paige as the winners here. I think that was
Yeah.
the right call. And I mean, this match was okay. It was nothing
Yeah, man,
stood out.
I enjoyed it for what it was, and it was
Nothing
a great
nothing
main
stood
event.
out, but there was nothing bad either. It was just a solid match.
Rumor has it Paige signed that contract Friday morning.
Mm.
They weren't sure they were going to get Nikki cleared. They worked something with Paige and made it work. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, very. The theme of this WrestleMania though is the match could use a little more time. You know, you take a look at. I'm looking at the match times for night one here. One, two, three matches hit double digits. That's it out of seven. So a lot of shortness here, including the next match, Becky Lynch against AJ Lee. Again,
After this
fine.
one, so I wasn't looking forward to begin with.
No,
So
but fine match. It just didn't really get going. 8 minutes. Becky Lynch goes over for the IC title, so new champion there.
yeah,
Not really much to say about it. AJ
all
Lee's entrance was really adorable. I like that with all the little AJs coming out and skipping.
yeah, I love that.
Um,
My kid really loved it because he said flat out, he goes, "When I'm a wrestler, I'll have kids."
Gunter defeating Seth Rollins. This could be the match of the night, depending on how you viewed the main event. I thought this was a great match. They went
Yeah, really enjoyed it.
17:52. Both guys look great here. The Gunter sleeper hold is so over, and I'm very happy about that. It really got a big reaction when he put that on Seth. We saw the return of Braun Breaker, who killed Seth Rollins, and then the post-match spear where he ran down the ramp looked
Did
awesome.
you know?
Well, the first spear looked good.
uh,
The second one missed a little bit, but the visual of him running down the ramp with the drone shot was
yeah, that
awesome.
was very cool. Yeah.
I really like
I
this
will
match.
one thing, one takeaway from this match. You know me, I'm a sucker for WrestleMania entrances. Seth's smoking jacket was badass.
Hmm. It was very cool. I like that. Next up, we had Liv Morgan and Stephanie Valcara.
Hmm.
This is the one
Excellent.
where everybody's complaining about. They only went 6:51 with Liv
Yeah,
Morgan winning the title. I really like this match actually.
me too.
I
Me
thought
too.
they got a lot into their 6 minutes. I would have really liked to have seen this match get more time because I think that this was the best built women's match out of all of the women's matches
Agree.
on WrestleMania. I thought that
Yeah,
these two took a match that I don't think a lot of people were really interested in to start and really
yeah.
drummed up a lot of interest in it. I think that the build for this was awesome. Liv Morgan especially did a fantastic job. She did her little Backstreet
I
Boys chair
truly hope
dance.
I truly hope we talk about this match when your list comes up because it was one of my favorite matches at Mania.
It was
Yes,
good.
it was short, and it would have been even bigger favorite if it was. I would have liked to see them go for like 12, 13 minutes.
I was just gonna say if you give these guys 13 minutes, I think
Yeah,
that, and I guarantee you when they rematch at Backlash or on Raw or whatever, and they give them time, this is gonna
yeah.
really be good. But I'm hoping that this isn't a one and done for them. I'd like to see more out of these guys.
Oh, of course.
This was really good.
But as much as I said this last week, as much of a fan as I am of Stephanie, and you know that I am, it was the right move to put it back on Liv. It is
I agree.
time to get Liv back with that strap, and to have Stephanie chase for her title back.
Hmm. So we rushed through the main card there. I want to put some time in on the main event here. We had Cody Rhodes defending the undisputed WWE Championship against Randy Orton. Cody going over 22 minutes and 44 seconds. I'd like to get your take on this match before I give my take.
My take is weird because take elements away from it, and I loved it. It like down and dirty. It was a really good
This
match.
was a very good match.
It was a really good match. You take the stupid Pat McAfee shit out and take away the confusing as fuck ending, and it was a banger. It's one of the best matches on Mania. But then you throw everything together for what it was, including the after shit, confuse the hell out of us. Of you almost make us believe there's going to be this double turn, and then it doesn't happen. Then Randy literally fucking beheads Cody. That was dirty.
The meme going around is the picture of Cody and the picture of
Yeah,
Hogan. And what is
yeah,
it with the world champions in Las Vegas with their black eyes? I popped really hard at that.
man.
Here, here's my
The
take
first
on
time, the
this.
first time we've seen the punt in I don't know how long, and I told my son, he goes, "What's the punt, Dad?" Because I think somebody mentioned it on commentary. He goes, "What's the punt?" I said, "It's a move Randy used to do. He doesn't do it anymore. They don't let him do it because they're afraid he's going to hurt somebody." He goes, "Oh, well, maybe he won't hurt anybody this time."
Oh, I don't think so. Here's my take on this match. I thought the Cody's entrance was phenomenal.
Oh
I
yeah, I loved it. Absolutely.
I was really excited for a moment because when Randy was doing his entrance and they had the Viper wrapping around the stage, I thought we were going to get the return of the sperm Viper down the ramp, but
Not
we
the
did
same thing.
we did not. So if you don't know what that is, please go and watch his first match with Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania 36, I believe. Um, I really liked the first part of this with McAfee because it was a great way to like be like, fuck this. You know what I mean? They had McAfee hit Cody before the match started, and then Cody destroyed McAfee. Jelly Roll came out, put him through a table before the match started. So that
Yeah,
way, like we knew they wrote both of these guys off, and we were gonna
yeah.
get a match. And I was really happy about that.
I was happy with that at first too.
And
Yeah,
then the match starts, and Randy, I guess it's been reported that he's been injured going into Mania, and Randy does like the old school backbreaker and starts selling his back. And he did a phenomenal job of selling his back. Like I actually thought he was really hurt, like as a shoot for a little bit, because Randy's just that good of a seller. But
yeah.
then you're telling the story of Randy injured, trying to be the underdog, and Cody was what a great aggression that Cody showed. And you mentioned it. It was like they were doing like this double turn, and it was really working. Like
Uh-huh.
Cody was doing everything that we wanted to see him do against Cena last year at Mania, but wouldn't do. And
Yeah,
Randy was like Ricky Morton selling.
yeah.
Randy Orton's one of the best sellers in the WWE, like hands
100%.
down.
Yeah.
Um, and
I
then
I've said this on the show. He's the best psychologist since Jake the Snake.
Yeah, I agree, man. And then like we get that great spot where Randy went for the dick kick and Cody blocked it, and then Cody dick kicked him, and I was like, oh my God, like this is genius booking. Like Cody didn't pull the trigger last year with Cena. He learned. He pulled the trigger with Randy. Great near fall. And then Randy RKO'd the ref by mistake when Cody again eye gouging him, which I thought was great. Love
Yeah.
seeing this aggressive side
Me
of
too.
Cody. I've been saying it for a while. We need to see it. Then McAfee runs out again in this goofy neck brace. It was such a joke, not selling the jelly roll
So
splash,
dumb.
does the
Yeah.
2 count, and then Randy RKO's McAfee. So now it's like Randy's been a babyface this whole match. He started as a heel. Him and McAfee did the jump. Then they turned him babyface in the match. Then he turned heel again when McAfee came out. Then Randy RKO'd McAfee, turning him babyface again, leading to Cody hitting the crossroads for the win. So then it's like, okay, is he turning heel now? And Randy's going to be the babyface. And then the match is over, and Randy jumps Cody from behind, hits him with the punt to turn heel again. What the
Yeah.
fuck are we doing? Like, what the fuck are we doing
I
here?
didn't understand a single bit of it.
Now the match was phenomenal, but the booking of this match was head scratching. I was
And it took
so
me out of it. Ruined
confused
it.
watching it.
This could have been one of the best matches at WrestleMania, but
Mhm.
the booking just I don't know.
Yeah, well,
Uh,
I'll tell
can,
you some.
can I mention one thing that I absolutely loved from the Go Home SmackDown
Yes.
when you had the face off between Punk and Cody?
Oh God, I hated that.
I hated it too, except for one part. Like Cody goes, "If I hug you, are you gonna kick me in the balls?"
That was very funny.
I
That
laughed so hard.
that segment on SmackDown might have been one of the worst go home segments to a WrestleMania ever.
Agreed.
We just talked about terrible booking in the main event. What was not terribly booked was Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar on night two to start off
Night
night
two, there
two.
was no terrible booking in night two. Night two went
Well,
off without a hitch. I fucking love night two so
uh,
much.
this is exactly what they needed to do. It was 4 minutes and 46 seconds. Oba came
Yep.
out to a monster pop. Brock came out after. They did a typical Brock Lesnar match. Brock hit Oba with three clotheslines, could not drop him. Oba hits one, Brock goes down. The big thing, if you
Which is
want
a
to,
great spot, by the way.
it was a great spot.
Yeah.
Brock catches Oba with an F5 very shortly after.
Hmm?
Oba gets up. His timing was a little bit off on it. I would like to see him
A
get up a
little bit,
little bit
yeah.
quicker. Um, Hits him with the
I
choke
like that
slam.
he was still trying to sell it, but
I wish like
just
if
a
you're
little bit
gonna because
more.
nobody's ever done that. If you're gonna
Yeah.
do it. You know what I mean? Don't be like, no, get up and
I didn't want him to. I didn't want it to be like Ultimate Warrior with a pedigree.
no. But you know what it was though? It's like I think he wanted Brock to turn around sooner because he hit the F5 and started to get up and then stopped, went down and then went up again. And I was like, no, just get up, just get up.
Yeah.
Um, and then Olba hit him with a huge power bomb. And then after the match, Brock Lesnar takes his boots off, seemingly retires. Now, I personally don't think this is the end of Brock Lesnar. I think this is the start of an angle.
I really hope it's not. There are a few things that I do think shouldn't be fucked around with when it comes to the storylines. And this is one of them. I remember being so furious when Cody pulled that bullshit in AEW.
Yeah, Taker at Mania did it as well.
Taker Mania. Now, in Taker's defense, Taker thought he was done.
And then he came back a month later.
Yeah, he honestly because the match sucked so much, he's like, I fuck this, and I give him the pass. I hope this is not a storyline. Now, at first, I was very shocked. I'm like, what are they doing? They're supposed to be going to SummerSlam with Gunther. I don't get this.
And that's where we're
But if
going,
you're
I think.
but if you're going to do this, if you're going to go as far as they went, because it wasn't just taking off the gloves and the boots, it was the emotion he showed that he never shows,
Hmm?
the smiling, the waving, the you weren't getting character Brock Lesnar anymore, and I'm just like, this better not be fake. I want to believe in this. I'm gonna feel really let down, and I'm gonna feel bad for Obafemi if this is not real.
So here's my take on it. Because I don't think that there's a losing situation in this. Because if Brock does stay retired, what a rocket to Oba. Even if Brock comes back, it doesn't matter. Oba still gets the rocket, right?
Sure. Yeah.
I think that um, this leads to an angle with Gunter because Paul Heyman owes Gunter a
Yeah.
favor, right? And I
Yeah.
think this is a really clever way to get there. I think Brock is done. I think Brock has one match left in him. It's against Gunter. I think Brock handpicked Oba. This was his little project. And then he gets to keep the gimmick going with Gunter. And I think they have a fun storyline to do it. I think Gunter's going to say, hey, Paul, you owe me a favor. I want to be the one to retire Brock Lesnar. He doesn't get to leave on his own. And Paul's gonna go, Brock's retired. Like he ain't coming back, man. I think Gunter's gonna like physically assault Paul and coax Brock to come back just to fight. Not and
Yeah,
it'll be in Minnesota.
and what a way to turn face than what he just did. I mean,
Yeah, and it'll be in
that
Minnesota. It'll be great.
yeah.
I think that's a very nice twist to do it. And Brock does business again on the way out, puts over two guys on the way out. You keep the Gunter gimmick strong. Oba is the Rocket. So now my big question though, what do you do with Oba Femi now? This
Almost
is
no
this
wrong answer. There's so much to do with him. I mean,
I can't think of
uh,
anything right now. I'm worried. The
you just
next
right
move is
now,
the biggest
right
move.
right now, you just keep him strong.
But what
Keep
keeps him strong? Who do you
keep.
put him with?
Fuck, you can put him with almost anybody right now. Off the top of my head, and I'm not going brand specific here because number one, I forget who's on what brand.
Mhm.
Number two, I don't care because it doesn't really matter. Um, Off the top of my head, I think one of the first people I put him up against is Drew McIntyre.
That's the first name I had as well. I have
I think,
another name
I think
as
Drew can
well.
really help make him look good.
The other name
Um,
I have two other names, and it just
yeah,
depends on where you want to go with this. I think Logan Paul would be really good for him right now.
Logan Paul was on my short list, as was Dom Mysterio.
Dom, nah, I think Dom's just not big enough to compete with. Like that's a squash. You know what I mean? Um,
Logan's no bigger than Dom.
Logan is way bigger than Dom.
I don't think so.
How about CM Punk?
Not right now. Not yet.
Why?
That's special. You got to keep that for something.
Yeah, okay. You keep that to keep Oba hot until SummerSlam when you put him with Roman.
Hmm.
There's nobody else. All the big looking. I think Braun Breaker would be a great choice. He's busy with Seth. I think
Yeah,
Bronson Reed would have
if
been a great
Bronson Reed was
choice.
back,
He's injured,
that would be something.
but he's gone. The roster right now, out of anybody on the roster, it's too soon to go to Roman.
Oh yeah, you can't do Roman yet. No,
Jacob Fatu is a face.
Jacob Fatu is the perfect person to have with Roman right now.
I agree. I
That's
think
exactly what it used to be.
I think CM Punk is the guy that you put up with Oba and have Oba go over Punk.
Who's uh who's in
Think
the U.S. title picture right now?
Carmelo Hayes, Trick
Sammy.
Williams, Sami
Right?
Zayn. I just like
Yeah,
Sammy's gonna give him,
Sammy,
but
Sammy would be
he's not a
good.
big enough name. You just killed Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, not to disrespect Sami Zayn, who I think is one of the all-time
I,
greats.
I don't agree. He's not a big enough name.
He's not a big enough name right now. Sami Zayn is not a hot character in the WWE right now, unfortunately. He's cooled off a lot. He's a big you need a parallel step to Brock, and there's only about two or three guys on the roster
No. Yeah.
that you can do that with. And
Okay.
I think CM Punk is the way to
Well,
go.
well. I do have a name. If let's say if Brock is retired, I say you do something with Gunther.
I think it's too soon for that too.
Have Gunther come in and be like, you weren't supposed. You took that from me.
I think that hurts Brock and Gunter though.
I would. I'm saying if Brock is retired.
I don't think he is. I think
I'm
Brock
saying if I'm saying in a world where he is, this is what you do.
Yeah, and then who do
If
you
he's
put over
not,
though?
no, you don't do that.
And then but Oba's got to go over and then you hurt Gunter.
Well, they already fucked this thing up anyways. If he is gone, because if
No,
Brock is gone,
this is how I see SummerSlam right
where's this
now.
career killer gimmick go? There's nobody left.
SummerSlam is going to be this is my predictions right now, okay? Mark it in stone. And I have the same predictions with one of our good friends, Steve Bourne. He has the same mind frame as me here. I think we get Gunter and Brock at SummerSlam. I think we get Oba and Roman at SummerSlam. And I think we get Cody and Punk at SummerSlam.
Yeah,
What a fucking SummerSlam that is.
amazing SummerSlam.
That's my way too early predictions.
Yeah, we'll see where we go from here to there.
Anyways, let's move on with Mania here because we got a lot to talk about still. What many people are calling the match of the weekend. Penta defeating Siobhan Evans, Dragon Lee, JD McDonough, Rusev, Rey Mysterio for a six-pack ladder match for the IC title. Penta retaining. This was an awesome match. Let's just no bullshit here.
Everybody in this match looked like a goddamn star.
I will say, shame on WWE though for not giving Rusev, McDonough, and Dragon Lee entrances.
Yes, I was not happy about that. Especially, I didn't see anything from Rusev or McDonough, but we saw the footage of what Dragon Lee's entrance should have could have been,
I just
and it
don't
was
care
amazing.
when you have what let's look at night two here. When you have two matches that just hit 10 minutes,
Yeah,
this match was 15, and
don't tell me you don't have time for it.
there's all kinds of time. When you have 1,000 minutes of commercials, everyone's bitching about, oh, the Hulk Hogan documentary got more time than all the women's matches combined. Listen, I don't care about any of that complaints. You do have time to give these guys that moment. That's really shitty of them to do.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. But the match itself was phenomenal. So many amazing spots. So many times where every one of those six guys had time to shine. Do you want to know my only stupid little nitpick?
What's that?
All three luchadors were wearing red, and I hated it.
Yeah, it was like, guys, what are we doing here?
Yeah. There was another match like that. I think it was the women's tag four way where there was way too many people in white.
Well, I got nothing on that one.
Yeah, don't
Yeah,
dress the
let's
same
talk
as
about our
don't
gear.
dress the same as your opponents. That's all.
But yeah, this match was amazing. Javon Evans looked incredible.
Oh yeah, what a
The,
star!
this,
Rusev reminded me why I like Rusev.
mhm. Yeah, he
You
looked great.
know,
Everybody looked great in this match.
Rusev
Big
just doing Rusev
J
things.
JD McDonough too. That guy might be like the best kept
And
secret on the roster.
what did I tell you a couple weeks ago? I said He's on that short list of guys I just don't care about, and I want this match to turn that around for me, and it did.
He's so good.
Yeah.
You talk about people dressing in white. Let's talk about Trick Williams. Uh, he was decked out in all white with
Was he ever?
the
That
longest
trade
robe.
was insane.
Do you know that Ontario independent wrestler Sway Archer designed Trick's gear for WrestleMania?
That doesn't surprise me in the least.
Yeah, shout out to him and his phenomenal gear design. He said that he checked off his last two bucket lists of somebody wearing his gear at WrestleMania and a current champion wearing his gear. He got them both with this match.
That's so cool.
Very cool moment. To
Very cool.
me,
And Queen's a great guy too. I
yeah,
love Square.
to me, this was my most disappointing match at WrestleMania because I was really excited going into this match, and
Uh-huh.
it was a fine match,
I
but
liked it.
it went 7 minutes, and these guys needed like 5 more minutes to. If you would have given this 12 minutes again,
Yeah, sure.
this would have been a really good match.
I can
I
agree with
really
that.
thought.
I liked the more aggressive side of Sammy we saw in this match.
Mhm.
Um, I think Sammy leaned into the fans
But
kind of turning on
and the
him.
fans can fuck off for turning on Sami Zayn also. Like fuck you.
But he
But
leaned into it, and I kind of like that. Um, they're gonna have to do something about Trick. Trick's not a heel.
no, and I think they're gonna lean into him as a face.
They're gonna have to. The fans are not gonna accept this guy as a heel right now. Don't get me wrong. We've seen him in NXT. We've seen him in TNA. The guy is a tremendous heel. This is not about his heel work. The guy can do the job, but right now the fans just aren't going to let it happen. They want this guy so badly. So
You know,
WWE's going to have to get into this. He's 100% a babyface right now.
we've talked a lot on this show about the WWE and TNA relationship and how exciting it's been. Nobody benefited from that relationship so far more than Trick Williams.
Yeah, 100%.
He really got to show like he it was like his big coming out, and he's always done great work in NXT, but this was like his big coming out party there. And I
Yeah,
just the reason why I say this was my biggest disappointment is because this was one of the matches I was most looking forward to, and I was just really like it just felt like they were like just you get no time. It was just like so throwaway. I think they could have made this a bigger deal. I think Trick winning this title could have been made a bigger deal. It just didn't, and I like this is to me the same thing with Liv and Steph. When these guys rematch on SmackDown in 2 weeks or whenever,
yeah,
because you know they will, and they're going to give them
yeah,
20
yeah,
minutes. Watch how good that match will be, and
exactly.
why
I
you
will
don't
say
let
this.
that happen at WrestleMania. I don't understand.
I will say this, second only to the crowd's reaction to Oba's entrance, doing the Oba. The whoop that trick is one of my favorite audience participation moments of the whole weekend.
I like that.
They were into it, man.
I like that Trick also said he will not be doing the United States Open challenges
Yeah,
because people need to pay money to see him wrestle. That's the
that is weird.
old
Yeah,
gorgeous Jimmy Garvin gimmick. I don't know for anybody that doesn't know World Class Championship Wrestling. Jimmy Garvin, who I love to death, he's a freebird as well. But before he was a freebird, he had this pretty boy gimmick that he would do, and they would go to like show his match on TV, and he would make the he would walk up and cut a promo into the camera and make them stop recording in quotations
yeah.
because if you wanted to see him wrestle, you had to pay money to go to the arena to watch him. And I just thought that was such a cool gimmick.
Funny
But
enough,
I'm a
Jimmy
world class
Garvin.
mark.
Funny enough, Jimmy Garvin, also the former commissioner of Northland Wrestling in North Bay, Ontario.
Yes, I would love to get Jimmy Garvin on this show.
How
That's like
weird
a
is that,
dream.
man?
Uh, keep things
Yeah.
rolling.
As a whole, I liked it. I like where they're going with Tricks.
Well, let's be real.
Trick's gonna
Like, if
really
you
want.
take a look at the mid card division of the WWE right now, it's very powerful. You know,
Yeah,
Trick, Carmelo, um, you got Oba on the rise right
yeah.
now. You've got even the guys like Sammy and Balor and
Everybody,
all
every single person in
the
that
ladder
6-way
match. Yeah,
ladder match.
the WWE's got a lot of potential right now, and I think if they can tighten their booking up and
Yeah,
man, it's gonna be good. The Demon Finn Balor defeats Dominic Mysterio 10-27 in a
I
street
love,
fight.
I loved this match.
It was a
I
fine
absolutely
match.
loved this match.
Yeah, I had nothing.
This is one of the matches I was looking forward to as a huge Finn Balor fan, and of course as a big Dominic Mysterio fan. Seeing the Demon, I've always been a big fan of the Demon, so to see the Demon back at WrestleMania was cool. I will say this much: I guarantee by the time he got to the ring, he was regretting those streamers.
Yeah, that was funny. They got caught on his helmet.
Yeah,
To me, this was fine. Again, nothing special to it, but it was a great
I
match.
enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a
Um,
lot.
I will say the only thing that sucks about Demon Finn Balor in stadiums is that the lighting doesn't give it that extra oomph. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that
you're right. Yeah,
aura.
yeah, I think it's. I feel like it still worked because they did the thing with the heart and everything. I don't know. I enjoyed it.
It was okay. It was good. Rhea Ripley defeats Jade Cargill 10 minutes. I thought this was a really good match as well.
I liked it too. I'm not the biggest fan of Jake Cargill, to be perfectly honest, but I think that this match worked for what she can do.
I thought the finish to this match was really smooth with Rhea countering the and going between her
Yeah.
legs. Yeah.
What I haven't seen a counter like that in a
It was
long
just
time.
smooth. It was so
Yeah.
smooth. Rhea Ripley, we talked last week about Charlotte Flair being Miss WrestleMania. Rhea
Up there.
Rhea might be
She
giving her a run for her money,
she's
man.
on the coattails, man. Yeah, for sure.
And then that takes us to the main event. I'd like to spend a little
No,
bit
it
of
doesn't.
time.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Oh, sorry, we had Danhausen and the midgets, and it's okay to say that because they told Michael Cole that they could say that, which
Uh-uh.
I hated that line. I loved it and I hated it because like why
I
would
hated
Michael
it too.
Cole know that this was gonna happen? Like
Thank you. That was my thing. You're acting like you're not supposed to know they came out. And then you're like, oh, by the way, they told me I can call them midgets. I'm like, what?
I want to give a shout out to our friend Jonah at the R3 podcast because he actually interviewed one of the midgets from this segment. It's blowing at any like I don't know if you've seen any of it online, but like anything that is like this is what happened, it's all credited to Jonah. I thought this is really cool. He told me he just ran into him in the bar and he had his equipment with them and they did an interview,
Huh.
which I thought was awesome. A great get for
My
Jonah.
my absolute favorite part of this whole thing, though, is when they botched the thing and the lights didn't go out, and Danhausen's just like, fuck it, and he runs and he goes under the ring.
That wasn't a botch. That's a gimmick. That's the gimmick.
No, but the way that I heard that they were supposed to do something with the lights and it didn't work,
No,
so you
that's
had
what
to call
they've
an
been
audible.
doing that on TV. It's the gimmick. That like it's like the
But
third time they've done it, and it's so funny.
but John Cena's reaction to it, I feel was legit. Like he
Uh,
actually just like when he was just like, this is great.
all right, let's talk about John Cena for a minute, and then we're gonna talk about the segment.
By the
Uh,
way, we didn't talk about his segment from night one.
oh
Congratulations to
yes,
Bianca Belair.
yeah, that was a great moment. That was really cool.
That was fantastic.
Bianca Belair came out
What a
making her
great
return, first time on TV in a year,
yeah.
and
What a great way to come out and tell us that news.
yeah, and then she came out and revealed that she was pregnant. So congratulations to her and Montez Ford. That's really, really awesome. Okay, but I want to talk about John Cena. Listen,
Okay.
I love John Cena. Why the fuck was he on Wrestle? Why was he here? What was the point of having John Cena be this year?
Sell a couple last minute tickets.
It's too soon.
Yeah.
It was too
I
soon.
agree. I agreed with you at first, and then seeing the crowd reaction, watching my son being happy that John was on the TV.
But think
I
about how
told him I'd
much
be real.
think about how much more special that would have been in a year or
Yeah,
like 10 months.
I
It's been
totally,
2 months, or
I
like three
totally get what
months.
you're saying. But I just don't care that much.
I was not. He just didn't do anything. It was just a waste to bring him back. Like there is
He
nothing.
he did tell us he's not gone. He's still going to be an
Yes,
ambassador. Still
I
going to
agree,
be
but
there.
he didn't do
So
anything on this show that would warrant to bring him back this soon after his retirement. Like
I mean,
he didn't do
what
anything that
what do
anybody
hosts
else.
do ever?
But why not make Danhausen the host of WrestleMania instead?
Well, I agree that that should have been what
What
happened,
you
but
know what I mean? Or the Miz?
well,
Like
I just don't know
John
what you were
Cena didn't do
expecting.
anything different than the Miz could have done.
No, like, but this is the way it's been with these so-called hosts. The last time when Hogan hosted at whatever fucking pirate WrestleMania they did,
At least Hogan
um,
got backstage segments. What happened to backstage segments at WrestleMania?
Mean Gene died.
Okay, well, that's fair. That's fair. But
And so did me, and so did backstage segments.
I just like give me something. I
Yeah,
need
no, I understand
give
what
me
you're
a
saying.
backstage segment with the legends, give me anything.
Yeah,
This Danhausen segment, I it was fine.
it was fine.
I
I was okay with it.
I'm gonna put this on the record right now. I think we're about 6 months to a year away from people rallying behind the Miz that he deserves better than what he gets. Not that I think the Miz is like under whatever, because the Miz is phenomenal at what he does, but
Yeah,
I think people respect the hell out of the Miz now, and he's earned it.
as it should.
And I think that I think you're gonna see a shift where people are
But
gonna want to
then,
see the Miz get a better spot on the card
yeah,
because we don't have a lot of Miz left, I don't think.
and another reason why I think his spot on the card is fine.
I think
He's
instead
in
of
that part
getting
of his
punched
career
in
where
the
it start.
dick,
He's in that part of his career where he has to start building people, and I think that's what he's doing.
well, you know what though?
He's working with Kit Wilson, and
Which is great.
he's gonna help make Kit Wilson into a star.
Here's why I say this though. The Miz has always made people stars. The Miz has always helped establish people. And The Miz is very talented when you put him in a serious role, and he's very talented when you put him in the comedy role and the fun role, and he's excelled at it. But I think like it's been so long of The Miz being the butt end of the jokes now that I think people are going to start to rally behind him and be like, we want to see the other Miz now. Like, we respect you, Miz. Because he did the Snoop Dogg spot 2 years ago. He did this spot this year. I just think that people are going to start being like, we want Miz to be up there more. And I hope it happens because he's earned that. Like, I think
But
it's
you
going to be
know,
that organic, like,
at the end of the day,
and
you
I'm not
gotta look
saying that the
at it.
Miz is like being treated like shit or used like shit because he's phenomenal and he was fun in this segment. But I just think that people like look at the Miz so much differently now. I think that they appreciate the Miz now instead of just being like, oh, he's the Miz. I think now that he's at this part of his career where he's done so much, and what do you think? Maybe 5 years of Miz left. You know what I mean? Realistically,
Probably, yeah.
I think that people are gonna want to see him get like one more respectful, like give the Miz a go. It happens
I
every
mean,
like 6 years with the Miz.
I do agree with you, but I think if you asked the Miz's opinion on that, he
Oh,
would
he
just.
wouldn't care.
I think he would just say, "Hey, man, I got on WrestleMania. I got my
Oh yeah,
WrestleMania paycheck."
and when I say that,
Fine.
I'm not complaining about like how they used the Miz because I thought it was perfect here. I'm just saying I the way that I am just envisioning in the long run, I think wrestling fans are going to just get behind the Miz in
Yeah,
general and be
call upon me. I'm
like
down for that.
how they did with the Divas movement, give the Divas a chance, and how they did with like I just think that the fans are going to push and push like we want the Miz, we want I just see it happening. I think it's going to be like a respect thing.
Okay.
This Danhausen segment was whatever for me though. I don't hate Danhausen, but I don't love him either. He's fun. It was what it was. I always love seeing somebody get hit in the dick, so call it a win. Let's get into the main event here. Roman Reigns and CM Punk, they went 33 minutes and 56 seconds. Roman Reigns defeating CM Punk, becoming the World Heavyweight Champion. I
Hey,
thought that this was an incredible match.
can I say something very bold before we go any farther?
Mhm.
This is quite possibly my favorite Roman Reigns match.
Yeah, I think that this match will be in
It,
discussion as a top 10 WrestleMania main event of all time.
yeah, it's
And
definitely up there. It's
from
out of all the. Like, don't get me wrong. We talked about this, not long ago. Roman's, back half of his WrestleMania career has been getting better and better. Like his stuff with Cody was great. The triple threat last year, other than the finish, was good. I didn't know, where he's going from here, but this match proved to me, like, I wasn't sure how much more Roman we were going to be getting in the main event. I thought they were going to start to push Roman down a bit and let people kind of,
well, that's what they've done the last 2 years.
but they proved he proved we still got at least 5 years of Roman left.
Well, and he came out and said that he's full time back. Like you're going to see
Yeah.
him every week, which was crazy.
So
I think
yeah,
it
that
was
match
great to let Roman step down for a couple years and feel fresh again.
that match
Um,
is everything. And you know what? There was some parts in the beginning. I was like, oh, because they were almost talking too much.
I liked it.
And at first, I'm like, okay, if they overdo this, it's gonna take me out. But they didn't overdo it. They used it perfectly. Um, let's go back to the beginning. CM Punk may have had one of the greatest entrances in the history of WrestleMania.
Oh, it was so good. It was so
I don't know how many people that watch WWE right now watched CM Punk in ROH,
probably nobody.
but but hearing that music, I felt like I was 20 years old again.
I loved when they did it in AEW. I loved when they did it at WrestleMania. I thought they did it in such a great way
Was he?
where
So I didn't watch enough. He was using Living Color in WrestleMania, wasn't it? Or at in AEW, wasn't he?
but for his dog collar match with MJF,
Oh, I see. Okay,
he came out with the old ROH jacket and the long white basketball shorts, and he came
nice.
out to that theme song.
Ah,
And it was cool, but I thought the way they did this was so perfect. I love the backstage walk to the ring,
100%.
and I
He's
thought
officially had my two favorite entrances of 2026. The Jordan
that
entrance
was cool.
in Chicago, and now this the jacket, the Harley race crown,
All the
which
names of the
which
WWE staff
way
that
too
passed
many people,
away.
by the way, didn't understand. Even with Cole spelling it out, you know how many people
You
I
know,
saw online were like,
I wouldn't have figured it out unless Cole said it.
"Oh, I got it right away,"
I just
but
didn't like I see a crown and I think of Harley Race, but I didn't think that
but
that was
that
for
sticks in.
Harley
Yeah.
Race.
But so many people were like, "Oh, did I guess he ordered that before they changed it to Vegas from New Orleans?" Eh? I'm like,
Mm.
wait, what? No. uh,
I didn't like I wouldn't have immediately put it together that he did it to dedicate it to Harley, but I'm glad Cole
Harley, and
put
then he
that
had a
over.
bunch of names on his jacket. The a cameraman that passed away, and
A bunch of
some other
stuff
people,
behind the scenes guys, which Michael Cole was really t choked up about. I thought that was nice.
100%. And
I
of
like
course,
that
attached
moment.
to his dog Larry.
I like the moment when AFI's song ended
Mhm.
and Punk walked out to no music
Yes,
and just and like now
and just soak it in.
here's my thing. If you take away the way that Punk main evented WrestleMania last year
Mhm.
and this was his first WrestleMania main event,
Yeah,
I think this moment is a
10 times more
thousand
fun.
times more powerful.
Yeah,
And I'm happy like that was the right main event for last year, don't get me wrong.
sure.
But the way that they were just like, you're in the main event, CM Punk. Like what? Like what? I
It made
hated that.
no sense at
I
all. I
hated
hated
that.
it too. But
But this
I love
year,
how he comes out in silence. Like we've never really gotten this before. In silence, gets on his knee and does the "it's clobber in time"
and
thing,
then Living Color hits. It was
and then
perfect.
Living Color comes in, and oh man, what a moment!
I like that these guys both couldn't let their egos go during this match,
Yeah.
and they were both jawing each other, mocking each other the whole time. Um, Everyone's nitpicky on Roman hitting Punk with the stairs right in front of the ref.
Okay,
I get it, but I
but
mean it's the main event of WrestleMania.
and Cole spelled it out. Cole said on commentary, not just that, he said it a couple times during the show because there was a lot of times where there was no, they weren't doing 10 counts and stuff like that. Cole said throughout the show, the referees are being very lenient tonight. It's WrestleMania. Nobody wants to see these matches end in a DQ. We've seen it 1,000 times in the past. Mike Chioda can eat an ass because I guarantee he's done the same spot in his career.
Why was Kyoto bitching about it?
Chioda was bitching about the stair spot.
Hmm.
He flat out said, "I would have disqualified Punk." I'm like, "No, you wouldn't. It
Yeah,
wasn't in the
no.
fucking script, dick."
Um, I thought this match was phenomenal. I think if you're looking at it from just a wrestling standpoint, this is probably a top 3 to 5 in order of main events in WrestleMania history.
Sure.
When you look at the grand scheme of things, of moments, my lasting impression, this is definitely in the top 10. This was a clinic, and
That, that
this is going to
Superman
be
punch
hard.
that Superman punch when he was hanging upside down.
Yeah, this is going to be hard. This is going to be really hard to beat for match of the year.
Oh yeah, this is a front runner for me right off the bat. Right off
Yeah,
the yeah.
yeah. Overall, I give WrestleMania a solid thumbs in the middle. Like I
Isn't
said,
it sick? I I don't even know who I am anymore. If you would have told me 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, whatever it was, so 5 years, let's pick five. You told me 5 years ago I'd be this much of a CM Punk fan right now, I would have laughed at you.
I've been
I've
there
never
since
been
day one, man.
I've never been a CM Punk fan in my life. I enjoyed him don't get me wrong, I did enjoy him in ROH, but in WWE, I just didn't. It didn't do anything for me. I was never that guy.
You know who he is, eh?
But now,
He's the modern day Shawn Michaels.
you're not wrong.
He had a great first half of his career, but he was a pain in the ass to deal with. Now
Mm-hmm.
he's back doing the best work of his career in the second half.
100% he is, and I'm loving every fucking second of it. I'm absolutely loving it. He, I've enjoyed. I Punk. If I had to talk about like my favorite moments and matches of the last 4 years since he's been back, he's in the majority of them.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's my guy right now. I can't believe I'm saying that.
Well, I'll really quickly, because we've already talked about the matches in detail, but I'll quickly just give you my top seven matches from the weekend.
Sure,
Number seven, I've got Liv and Steph. I really enjoy this match. It just needed a little more time.
agreed.
Number six, I put Rhea and Jade. I had a toss up between this one and another match that you'll probably not like is not on my list, but the
I
finishing
probably would have
sequence,
I would have flipped your 6 and 7, but okay.
which is fair. I just the shortness just took it out a little bit
I
for
got
me.
you.
Number five, I've got I couldn't decide if I wanted this to be my five or four, but I ended up putting Gunter and Seth at my number five.
I think that's a fair spot.
Number four, I've got Randy and Cody.
Okay, yeah,
Just with the match was phenomenal, but the booking was atrocious. That's why I was going back and forth as four or five spot for me on this one.
yeah.
Number three, I put Brock and Oba.
Okay.
Number two, the ladder match, and number one, Punk and Roman.
Yeah, I think that's a perfect list right there.
I know a lot of people might look at Drew and Jacob or Finn and Dom, but to me, these were the matches for me.
No, I don't get me wrong, both those matches I really enjoyed as well. But I think the only match on your list that maybe I'd pull off possibly would be Rhea and Jade, but probably not even. I think I would just put it to the 7 spot. That's all.
Yeah, that's
No,
fair.
that's pretty much a perfect list, man. I like that list a lot.
No, yeah, and that's it. That's my WrestleMania.
Um, I just wanted to throw out some post WrestleMania notes. Congratulations to the people who did what WWE always does, made their main roster debuts on Raw. Sol Ruka, I think, is going to be a massive star.
Hmm.
Last night on NXT, she had a phenomenal last woman standing match. Did you see any of that?
I saw the finish or the
Yeah.
nasty headshot.
Uh, that finish. When will people learn? If you're going to do a table spot like that, do one table, because when you do two tables, one of them always doesn't break.
Yep.
It's just going to happen. It was a great match. I really enjoyed it. Sol Ruka, I see people coming out going, "Oh, they already buried Sol Ruka because she lost to Liv."
Oh God.
The fact that she was in a ring with Liv means that she was not buried at all. People don't know what that word means anymore. And of course, some other guy made his debut. I forget his name, but people like him.
Your boy
People
Ethan
think,
Page.
people think he's going to be a star. I don't know. Time will tell on that kid. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, either way. Great great
Um,
stuff. Next week, I don't know what we're doing.
your girl almost bit it too, eh? Eel. Did you see that
Yeah, again.
suicide dive she did?
Yeah,
Oof, that was
scary
scary.
stuff. Next week, I don't know what we're doing list-wise. However, we will have a big announcement on the show next week.
Big announcement. We were waiting for WrestleMania to be gone. Now it's our turn. WrestleMania be damned. It's our turn to take over. We're We're coming out with the new era as Triple H. Every other
Yeah.
week we're gonna have a new era of Counted Out.
Yeah, we'll go with that. But yeah, big announcement next week. I don't know what we're doing. We might have an interview. We might not. We're working on some stuff.
Yeah.
We're always working on some stuff.
One of us, maybe both of us, somebody will be here.
Yeah. I
We'll,
don't
we'll
know.
do some stuff.
I honestly don't know. Life is
We'll
crazy
do
right
some
now.
stuff. No matter what, no matter how weird our lives get, there will always be a Counted Out on Thursday. You can set your watch to it. I promise you
As long as I decide to edit it before Wednesday.
that.
Take us home, Mike.
Before Wednesday, you're asked. There's some days we don't even record until noon on Thursday.
That is fair. Those are not my favorite days.
All right. With that said, happy WrestleMania week, everybody. I hope you all had a great time. I hope all our friends that went down to Vegas got home safely. I can't wait to talk to y'all when we see you. We'll get Good Walsh on the show very soon to talk about everything collective and all his experiences. He reached out to me many months in advance and asked me if we could do this. So we'll make that happen. And until that happens, ladies and gentlemen, you have been Counted Out.
Cheers.